What if I told you I was recording this whole time, Tony? For this spotlight of Citizen Sleeper. So, you wanted me to play Citizen Sleeper. Why did you pick this game? What about it?
Great.
Okay. So yeah, Citizen Sleeper was a sleeper hit of 2022. And apparently it's very short as well. I think it's meant to be like... I didn't know that. Well, how long to be...
I don't know much about this.
Which is partnered with gamepass. Says it's about 6 hours long. And I think it's mostly like text story based.
Yeah.
So I can choose a character class here. Operator works with drones and high-precision remote machines to perform complex tasks from a distance. Sleepers assigned to operator work are usually cerebral and precise people. Perk, transfer, intercept, chance to gain cryo on interface actions. +1 work with digital interfaces, -1 strength or use strength or strength of the will. Extractor, work on resource extraction, often in hard vacuum environments. Sleepers assigned to extractor work are often confident, self-sufficient, and have a high level of endurance. So I will get extra strength on this, but I have lower intuition. Approach problems with awareness.
Your awareness then it's like almost like your initiative. Ooh.
And then I have a machinist where I can have +1 engineering, work with machines and physical tools, and then engage, -1 approach a problem head on.
I guess engage is like initiative maybe. I don't know how the actual.
Yeah, I have no idea how any of this works. I'm gonna pick operator because it looks cool.
Yeah, operator's cool.
Let's try that.
Some good music.
Yeah. So yeah, Citizen Sleeper was on gamepass, and you were like, "You should try this out."
Yeah.
Do you know anything about the gameplay of this game at all?
No.
Yeah. It's
I saw trailers once, but I don't remember what they look like now.
Also, there's no options menu for this game. No.
Yeah, that's the point.
You just launch it and it's like play.
Yeah.
I just turn down
even if it scales your screen, like having resolution options and like windowed options, like I think, and sound options.
I thought the music was a good volume, and then it's like, here's a bunch of blaring background noise, and I'm like, okay, I'll turn that down a little bit. So the first thing you become aware of is waking on the disconnect. The delay between thinking and feeling, between wanting to act and acting. Minor, also imperceptible, but always present. It's at its worst when waking, when yourself has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person, to be in a body that was indisputably yours. Am I thinking of this body, or am I forgetting this body?
What makes better song lyrics? I feel like...
Okay, that's my currency.
Okay. Crypto.
I will think of this body. I leap into a cold lake on a hot day. The sting of blood welling from a fresh wound. The fragment of a fingertip. All of a sudden, the memories are closer than you thought. Blurring as you approach until you can tell one from the other. The cold slips in behind and around you, and the sensation fades out of reach. Perhaps you should be thankful for the dulled nature of this new body. Given your current circumstances, the walls of the container feel immediately present, cold hard at your back and face, cramping your limbs. You resist the desire to stretch, knowing that the claustrophobia comes next, and retreat a little from your central nervous system. It isn't painful, not like you used to know pain at all, at least. In emergency mode, pain is a message delivered with efficiency and ease, a reminder that harm is imminent. There is no insistent throb, no trembling nerves, just a warming delivered from the banal quality of a digital notification. Right now, there are thousands of them. What are you asking?
Okay, so you're a cyborg or robot, I suppose.
I've no fucking clue what's going on right now. I will remember the plan. You mostly remember that it wasn't a good plan, but their options were limited, and once you get the itch to get out by any means possible, it was either that plan or something much worse. It was at least simple. Collapse the shaft, Drift away in the chaos, slip into cargo processing, seal yourself into containers, and just hope the freighter left before you were missed.
You're not a rock hopper, are you?
Some were lost in the shaft, others never found the meeting point, only a few made it to the containers, but the freighter, as far as you know, left. They feel like enough to know that you might no longer be on that grim and heartless rock. Even if the airless hold of the freighter, you might freeze solid long before you reached any destination. Should I wait for the cold, or should I try? I'm going to try and rest. But you are restless. It has been a long time since you left, surely weeks, maybe months. You were dully aware of the damage to your legs, your right arm. You have been reserving energy as much as possible, but your body has still needed to shut down many of its systems to protect you. You have spent much of that time asleep, knowing that anything else would be impossible to endure. You feel the weight of that impossibility begin to gather. It's time to sleep again, to nudge this false body into inducing delta waves in your emulated mind, and once again recoil into a dream of when you were once a person. Rest. Time passes, the cold creeps further in. You feel something. Warmth, not true warmth, but the indication of its presence. Your joints release from their rigor, sound too, everywhere screeching and shimmering, so loud that your body ducks your hearing to protect its senses. Then light, white as cold, softer and softer until the haze of dirty yellow, a figure appears. You are out. Okay.
Yeah.
Dragos, the pragmatic scavenger.
So it looks like we're at some sort of space station.
It's been a few hours since Dragos pulled you from the container. You sit huddled in the corner of a scrapyard, swaddled in the reflective folds of the mylar blanket. You are slowly coming back to consciousness, back to life, and you stare at the ornately curving element of an improvised heater. You are surrounded by angular, incoherent lumps of ships, some corroded beyond recognition, others still carrying glassy wounds along their edges where a plasma arc sliced them apart. As you trace their shapes with fogged eyes, you hear a voice. So, Sleeper, you all thawed yet? Do I talk to him or do I stay silent?
Don't know.
Almost. Never seen one of you come in like this. Your frames must have been Perseverance and Sub-Zero vac. Seen more than a few of you frozen solid to hull plates or inside outer locks in my time. They weren't so lucky. Douglas comes into focus, shrouded in makeshift tech. His headset with its glinting eyes, the mark of a drone operator on his shoulder. One of his symbiotically linked drones perches its irising eye locking you with an unflinching stare. Last living sleeper that came through this yard was a while ago. They didn't last long. So it seems like this is like a heavy text-based game.
Yeah.
You struggle to read his expression beneath the tech, but he seems lost in memory for a moment, or perhaps he is just figuring out what to do with you. So I can even say I plan to survive.
Resource management, like in between, like talking to people.
What happened to them, or I stay silent. I plan to survive. You aren't sure if he hears you. I won't ask what led you to do this, to sell yourself to a corporation, and I suppose you know you can't go back. Your old body, that's theirs now. And you're just software, rogue emulation illegally processing corporate property. You nod along, you remember biometrically signing the forms, the cold floor on your feet as you padded to the sleeper cells, the promise of a life off-world. But as you do, you get the now familiar sensation that those aren't your memories. Those are things you know, but not the things you feel. You are no longer that person, you're an offshoot, a copy. What you won't know is what's ahead. At least the last one didn't. There's no easy way to put it. That body of yours is falling apart. It's the same for any sleeper who makes it out. S and Art wants to protect their property, but if they can't keep hold of you, well, no one can. You remember that too, or at least rumours of it from the other sleepers. Planned obsolescence, a built-in dependence on the regulatory supplements that were part of your routine. Stop taking them and your body begins to shut down, separate from your emulated mind. How long has it been? How long do you have? From now, Sleeper, you are one of the lucky ones. Dragos glances up and away towards the glassy dome of the yard. The eye is the best place you could be right now. The eye? The station. You'll see soon enough. Dragos impatiently shifts his weight. Look, I've got things to get going on with. He trails off. There's an old freight container I've been using as storage in the stacks. We haven't been pulling in much valuable scrap these days, so you're welcome to it. Something wells up inside of you, motion fatigue. You shakily get onto your feet. Nod. Alright, you head on up there. Look, you need some rest, and with that, Dragos stalks back into the wrecks. His drone's already converging on a rusting hulk. Plasma flashes silhouetting his spindly figure as he returns to work.
Right. Time to salvage.
So I'm some sort of copy of a person, and I don't have much long to live, or something.
Yeah. So I guess they copied. Well, not. I guess there was a guy out there who copied the corporation copied their mind into a robot to do some work, and then you're that robot.
It sounds like some corporation owns my biometric data, but I managed to escape somehow.
Yeah, it sounds like you kind of got left behind or something. But
Welcome to Erlin's Eye. Life in the Eye runs in cycles, during which you can talk to characters, explore areas of the station, and perform actions. At the end of each cycle, you need to head to your current home to rest. Resting will move time forward on the station. Head to the empty container location to rest and end the cycle now. Okay. Oh, it's just like Persona. You have to go around talking to people, and then you end the day.
There's no days. It's just a cycle of the station.
I guess we are in space. You are correct. You wake curled up in the corner of the container, begin slowly assembling the world around you. After all this time, you still find this body, the one you wake up in now, strange and disjointed. Its message is readable, but somehow wrong. You sit up, pulling the mylar blanket close against the cold. Here you are, this ruined station, millions of miles from anyone you know, and you're still in the system. Are you still in the system? Did any of others make it out? Is it possible to know, after all this, what matters? Escape, getting answers, or building a life?
I think it's time to rebuild.
I think escape for me. I'm gonna escape.
You wanna escape?
Yeah, I'm not gonna figure out why. I'm gonna figure out how.
Right.
The colony, your indented service. That's in the past now. No point digging through the fragments. You need a path ahead, a way of keeping this failing body going. If you keep yourself alive, perhaps you can find a way off the station, out of this system for good. Druggers have left a few comforts in the container. Mylar blanket, the bedroll you slept on, a canister of water, a makeshift electric stove, and some faded sachets of some desiccated powder. You thumb the power stud of the stove and begin to boil the water. The contents of the sachet smell like damp wood, and you sprinkle them into the liquid. As the pungent smell washes over you, images from the rest of sleep come back to you. A ring like the station, but skeletal and ghostly. A web of threads pulling at your skin. A constellation of bright polygonal shapes like angular suns burning into your mind. There's something unpleasantly visceral about these images. It's as long as you've finished drinking before they begin to fade. You tidy away the stove you best you can and try to gather enough energy to greet the day.
Oh.
Condition. Your condition represents the current state of your artificial body. It depletes by one segment each cycle, but can also be damaged by violence, injury, or lack of food. If your condition bar empties, you will suffer a breakdown. You have to figure out how to recover your condition now that you no longer have access to corporate pharmaceuticals that were keeping you alive. Action dice. At the start of each cycle, you can roll your action dice. These dice can be used to perform actions on the station. The number of dice rolled is based on your current condition. The worse your condition you have, the fewer dice you have. Once you have used your dice, you cannot take any further actions and must rest to recover them, ending the current cycle. You also need to eat to survive. This is represented by your energy bar. You can refill your energy bar by eating. You first have to find somewhere to get food. Your energy depletes by 2 segments each cycle. If it becomes empty, you will be starving. When starving, energy loss becomes condition loss, and your condition will also deplete at double rate per cycle. So is this like a... Right. It's almost like a survival game in a lot of aspects.
Yeah.
Okay,
how
so...
dice work with actions is my question.
So how do I roll these or interact with them? So these are these the dice I rolled? So is there a 3, a 1, a 3, and a 5? So yeah, maybe I hit the leave button to go somewhere. Truckers are standing in the corridor when you close up the container. He is still wearing his headset, and in the harsh light of the corridor you realize it is implanted. A drone sits on the shoulder, its cache of sensor eye rapidly irising. How are you feeling? Not good. The drone chirps, Redis nods. You notice that beneath the operator's rig, his skin is marked by burns and blotches. I know the container isn't much, but it'll keep you safe. He pauses. So I'm not going to chit-chat too long. You well enough to work? Work? Look, I'll be honest with you, Sleeper. I didn't pull you out of the container out of the goodness of my heart. He looks away. At the yard, it's simple stuff. We hack these old hulls down, sell them to the shipyards and the bright market dealers for cryo. Occasionally we pull out some tech, something that's a bit more valuable. But most of us, what comes in is scrap. It's hard to find good hands here, but I figure as a sleeper you'll be used to manual labor. And obviously I'll slip you a few chits of commission based on what you turn up. Chits? He pulled a handful of small metal bars. Air-walled cryo, isolated from the market. It's what we use for trade out here. He stuffs them back in his pocket. He shuffles his feet nervously. Look,
illegal crypto.
I wouldn't usually do this. In my opinion, you'd be better suited moving on as quickly as you can and sleep as well. He trails off. But things being the way they are for me at the yard, he pauses. I need that help. Yeah, okay. Okay, he pauses, thinking of somewhere else to add. Look, just come down to the yard when you're feeling fresher. There's plenty to do. Will do. He nods distractedly and turns and walks away, the drone hopping along ahead of him. See you later. Looks like it's time to get to work. So let's go to the yard.
Right.
Actions are the primary way to interact with the world of sentence and see which form of action. Click and drag your chosen action dice to the shop. Repeatable actions. Hull dissection. Even the rustiest hull can find valuable components and materials. Extracting them means cutting carefully and skillfully. Action rewards you with clock progress, energy conditions, or item depending on their outcome. There are 3 types of outcome. Positive, the action gets better than expecting. Neutral, the action succeeds. And negative, the action fails. Repeatable action.
Very highly stacked to failure.
Manual salvage. It's going to take some time to sort and cut your way through the towers of salvage, but there's no stranger to hard labor. So you get... So that's the enduring way, which is safer. But I have -1 to that because I picked the guy who's better with tech. And I would be better with a hull dissection if I had taken the engineering guy. So a 6-sided die gives you a 100% positive outcome. The 5 die is a 50-50 between positive and neutral. The 3 and the 4 are 50% neutral, 25% negative, 25% positive. And then the 1 and the 2 are 50% neutral, 50% negative. Okay.
Yeah.
One type. Either critical or repeatable. Critical actions can only be performed once. Risk, either safe or risky or danger. Safe, no loss of condition, energy or cryo. Negative, risky, negative outcome means cryo or energy loss. Danger, negative outcome means condition loss. Neutral outcome can mean cryo or energy loss. 3, skill. The skill this action requires, either engineering, interface, endurance, intuit, or engage. A modifier 4. Either -1, 0, +1, or +2. This is added to the action dice when slotted and improves its value. Some actions require a +1 to perform. So every soldier knows they are always just one lucky haul away from their next payday. So can I can't drag dice into there, right?
I think these are the modifiers.
So what should I do? Should I do the risky one that I don't have the minus for? Or should I do the safe one that I do have a minus dice roll for?
I think it is like you're trying to... So with 5 you can't get a negative. You put that into the -1, you have a slight chance.
So I should put it into here, maybe. Back in business. Clocks. Actions progress clocks. Clocks are displayed below the action that fills them. They will track your actions and how they affect the world. Filling a clock means something good or bad is about to happen. Some clocks, such as the one tracking Drago's debt, are cycle clocks. These clocks tick themselves once each cycle and complete without player input. Any active cycle clocks will be displayed on the icon in that location. So I've got +15 cryo and neutral outcome back in business. Also, I'm filling this bar by doing this action.
Yeah, you got 2 things you can do, and you can... At least in this location for this day. And you've got 4 dice, or 3 left.
And Dragos has debt that could affect him. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know when that ticks up. I guess that's daily?
Well, it says every...
maybe?
I think that one goes by itself every day. He needs to make enough money to survive, I guess. So, okay, it shows you what it does, so you can... So that's 50% negative, 50% neutral with a 3. A 1 is going to be awful as well in that. I think I might just dissect the holes. Just focus on that for now. It says in Sleep you can unlock drives as you discover more about yourself and the world. Drives guide you in pursuing specific objectives depending on which path you wish to take. You can track drives, and any track drive will place a yellow marker on locations that will help you pursue your goal. Access your drive menu via the arrow buttons at the top left corner of the screen. You are now free to explore and make a life for yourself. Try tracking a drive to help you survive. Look for food to keep your energy up and a way to recover condition. Fill clocks to progress stories and find new opportunities. Remember to end cycle at your home when you are out of dice.
Yeah.
So currently I want to... My drive is to repay Dragos or survive. To find a doctor. How much money does Dragos need?
Yeah, I don't understand how the debt system works.
Help pay. Maybe back in business, if I fill that helps pay off Dragos' debt? Because he gets enough money to pay it off? Current objective survive. Let's go for that.
It just seems to me nothing is like connected to debt, so...
Well, I'll learn more about that when I progress through the days, I guess. Oh, log in, dude. Got 60 cryo.
Okay.
So now I want to leave, I guess? Because I'm finished for the day.
You've done all your actions for the day.
But I can go over here, dock C4. Should I go over here before I go home? I'm out of dice, though.
Yeah, I just
Helon Crossing. Merchants wanting to run the gauntlet of the Helio system are rare, but those who do always return eventually. Cycle clock. So let's go to sleep, I guess.
Yeah.
End cycle. I guess this game might have a lot... This time you didn't wake up, instead the ghost of the station you are... Instead the ghost of the station that shifting skeletal ring surrounds you. For a moment you are gone, absent from your own body, stretched out across a colourless void, then the connections begin to establish themselves. Threads tugging on the edge of your mind. These threads become vectors of exchange in your extensions, as you feel your thoughts slipping away down them, dissolving into millions of distributed nodes they connect to. You see the station. No, you feel the station like a web of texture in a smooth black liquid. I would like to touch it. You find a point in the station and you connect to it. Pulse through it, follow loops and paths under and around you. You touch more points and you have fingers. And then you try in a moment of impulsiveness to connect them. The flow passes through you so rapidly you feel yourself being carried with it, splitting and separating, eddying and gathering. As you do, things occur to you. Things that you can't possibly know. You reach out to grasp them, try to touch them. I think this is a dream that I'm having.
What is it?
You notice a tugging feeling pulling at you insistently, as if it were a small child. Somehow it's pulling you in two directions at once. You look down. All of a sudden everything shuts off. You come back trembling into this unfamiliar body. Both yours and not yours all at once. You find yourself standing in the container, eyes now open. To the dark steel walls, you feel a change within you, a shift. You close your eyes for a second and you feel is it waiting there. The station splayed out across your mind, a storm of connective nodes wanting to be explored, and then it's gone. Okay, I'm awake now. So let's. I've only got 3 dice now.
Okay.
Oh, I can shift the map.
Yeah, is there a location that's better for your skills?
Yeah. Oh, I can press the. You can use the arrow keys to go around the ring.
Okay.
Well, I'm using WSD, but the same thing, right? I'm trying to find a doctor's office. Shipyard, Dragos' yard. That's Dock C4. Rotunda A, Dock B3, the Bright Market, Lower End Gate. I'm gonna go to Bright Market because I might be able to buy some food. Ask for directions. Engage danger. Why wander through hundreds of people that live and work within the Bright Market? All you need is the courage to approach them, which will give me local knowledge. The Bright Market is the busiest part of the Eye's lower rim. You can find anything and everywhere around here. Or you can explore the market with intuition. Risky. The smell, sounds and buzzing activity of the Bright Market makes it a dizzying place to wander, but an enticing one. Okay, low-end gate. So I can spend 60 crypto, it's not crypto, cryo. After some spaces cause some trouble in the low end, Yatakans impose a toll for entry. No one gets in without paying. Okay. Wait, there's an option. There's an option menu, but only after you start the game. Okay. I can actually edit the sound settings, no? Assist a shipbuilder, engineer. You do not have connections, but you do have skills. If you become a shipbuilder to notice them, you might be in. Haul materials. As a newcomer, you can only gain favor by grabbing a load of materials and asking the nearest yard hand where to take them. So that's for the yard hand.
Yeah, so does like completing these circles like give you more skills then? Or complete objectives, I suppose?
Salvage sources. It takes several circles to reach the storeward belt and return, loaded with scrap from the old wrecks. So it's the dock. C4. This is the Helion crossing
it's
thing.
Little racer.
Rotunda, the old dock terminal. Steal dock plans or explore the rotunda.
It's
danger if I steal them.
Risky. Yeah.
Average security has plans. Stealing them would be the fastest way to get to know this place and the most dangerous.
But you
it's
have a
short
6,
though.
And you got a 6.
Getting to know the rotunda doesn't just mean new places to visit. It means knowing the eye and the new arrivals too. Explore the rotunda.
You have a guaranteed success today, so.
Havenage run the rotunda and their security watches the docks better to avoid attracting their attention. Okay, but I'm not. I haven't found a doctor yet. Is the problem? I only have 3 actions through my dice, right?
Yeah.
So
I think you just need to.
I need to do some work, right?
Yeah.
But am I going to use the 6 on the stealing the dock plans?
I think it makes sense to do guaranteed.
100% positive. Positive outcome, dock watcher. I am starving though. I need to find money and a doctor, really.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is a critical action, so you can only do it once, and then this is a repeatable action, so you can do it several times. Oh, hang on. I've got the dock plans now, so I have more action. I have more places I know where to go.
Is there a food thing on
the overlook bar?
Bar, there we go.
The sealed dock.
That's what you need.
And
well,
then
surely you need the bar.
There's a memory.
Oh.
A stranded mercenary. Hey, you want to earn a chit? Stands behind a huge pile of tied together hull plates. She stretches out her back, her shoulders bulging beneath the flight suits. Make it 2. This goddamn station. She sighs and pinches the bridge of her nose. Alright, come here then. Across the docking concourse, she begins to split the plating into 2 bundles. What is it with this place, she asks. She angrily lashes the massive plates together. Everybody wants their cut. She straightens up to an imposing height, her armor plates creaking, and looks up and down. Or is it just that you all think I'm an easy mark? We all need to survive. Anna Kitty shortens. I get it, I do. She shakes her head. But if I could just go one cycle without some jumped-up grifter trying to take me for an idiot, that would be nice. Ankita hoists one bundle of plating onto her shoulder. Come on then, enough chat. You've got to earn those chits. You struggle to shoulder the plates, but you do eventually. Ankita gives you a look. Ship's this way. And she gets off down a gantry in impressive speed. As you catch up, she turns down a passage, pushing through a small crowd of stevedores. What's all this for? Oh, this, she nods at the plates on her back. I'm building a tree house. She gives you another look. It's for the ambergris, that cutter you might have seen sitting silent out there. She rapidly turns into the corner as you trail behind. She got cut up pretty bad in the last job and had to moor up here for a spell. But since then it's only gotten worse. Something got in and sliced the core from the ship mine, so now she's gone dark. She shifts the panel on her shoulder. The upshoot is that I'm short on 1 ship mine, with a ton of repairs to do, and the rest of the crew signed off the moment they got wind I'd been stranded, so it's been a time. Anything I can do to help? I don't know. Got a shipment tucked away in that frame of yours? For a moment you aren't sure if she is serious. Akita swings the plates from her back, almost knocking you over in the process. This is me. She hauls the second bundle off your shoulder. You're the first person I met who might actually be considered helpful. She pauses, chewing her bottom lip. Look, you want to help? Come see me. I need a hand putting Amber back together. You don't seem like the type to try anything stupid. She passes the bundle plates of the ambergris outer locker, then turns back. Just don't go spreading all this around. Nikita throws you a couple of chits. She gives you a parting nod and ducks at the doorway. Alright, get out of here. She curls back and the lock slams shut.
Okay.
Plus drive, so I can help.
You said you needed food. Do you want to go to the bar?
So, but I've got a new side quest now to fix the ambergris for Ankit.
Yeah,
right? Ankhita. I don't. How the fuck do you pronounce this name? Ankita?
No,
My current objective is survive, you know. Should I go to the bar then? Is that a good place for food? Buy rations. Teller keeps her experienced Solheim rations behind the bar for those weary spaces to ask why the Overlook doesn't serve food. Input 10 cryo. You're unsure if it's the fame can metabolize alcohol, but this fungal drink fermented along the greenway seems like a good test. 6 cryo. Do I want to drink? Of alcohol? Why would I want alcohol? The Overlook isn't exactly a restaurant. I mean, the only way you'll gain trust around here is with a stiff drink. So if I drink enough, people will trust me as a regular.
Surely you need food to heal. Yeah, okay.
Plus, should I get more energy?
I think I would.
It's passing the clock, though, I think. Well, I might... It's doing 2 bar at a time, so I might save
I think that's a good amount.
Should I buy a drink and try and become a... Should I just buy 3 drinks and be like, I'm just gonna drink? It's not a dice action, it's money-based.
Yeah.
It gave me energy, and I got plus to the Overlook regular.
I gave you 1 energy and then... Okay,
well, it might have given 2, I just didn't have the bonus energy, right?
Yeah, I think it... I don't know, I would assume it would say on the left. It had like the readout.
Oh, did I lose a dice there?
No, you use your 6 dice to steal the plants.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, should we go back to Dragos's yard and help him out?
I think that makes sense.
Because his cycle clock is gonna fill, because he's got debt, right? So we should try and help him.
Yeah.
For no reason other than he pulled me out of that pod. I want to help him because he pulled me out of the pod.
There's a secret ending there for sure. That's why we're doing it.
So I got minus energy, and then I guess I just don't want to do the manual salvage. I just want to keep doing this, I guess. Back in business, baby.
That's pretty good. Okay.
So I'm out of dice.
Yeah.
I could keep exploring for a little bit. Unlock maglock. There's old maglocks look like they would need an encrypted key to open. Why the heavy security for a decaying dock? Input 1 encrypted key. Unsealing the dock. 2 maglocks seal the enterway to this dock. It doesn't look like anyone has been inside in years.
Didn't that just cost money though?
What? The thing? You need a key.
Oh, it's just a key straight.
You need a maglock.
Okay.
That's
and you
not.
haven't got anything.
See if there's anything else on the ship I've unlocked by stealing the map. The Bright Market's got something new apparently. Directions and explore the market. No, okay. So I guess we're going to sleep.
Anything else different? So yeah.
Well, I have enough energy left, right, that I should be able to get enough dye to do more stuff tomorrow. Again, the skeletal ring of the station fills your mind. It sparkles with glittering lights, like stars reflected in a winter lake. It is clearer, crisper than before. The threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering in the flow. Between the threads, you see bright shapes, caches of shimmering light beneath transparent crystal forms. You follow the path of a thread across the ring. Though these forms, they leap off the way. You know what would make this game go super hard? The narrator from Disco Elysium reading all this stuff out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a big
That's
like.
kind of similar.
I'm not.
Like,
I'm not a big like reading guy, and I think
no.
the games open up more now where I'm enjoying it more. But I really would appreciate voice acting. I think they're making a second game, Citizen Sleeper 2. So if they had voice acting for that would be cool.
Yeah.
You begin to understand these are nodes and connections, a map of information, of communications. There are so many layers, so many loops that it seems almost impossible to pass, but you begin to try. Focus on the nodes. The nodes are glassy, bright, but in all this, the flow, the only solid and fixed points, you approach one, a pyramid or a triangle. Dimensions are difficult here, and lean close to it. Inside, shifting layers conceal a tangle of threads, a meeting point of exchange. But before you can glimpse any further, the glass clouds had hardened, cutting you off. The threads are nodes, passages and puzzle boxes. One leads to another. There is so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need to do is follow the paths and open the boxes. You look out across the ghost landscape of exchange and see an opportunity. But then in this insistent tugging again, pulling at you, you look down again and see two lines. Two threads pulling in different directions as if they were tied around you. The first or the second? I'll go for the first. The first thread leads out away from the station into the inky black. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you, following the thread to you. They are in a ship, and the ship is approaching ever closer with each cycle. Oh no, the company's coming for me! The second thread leads in, pulling deeper into the station. Your gaze follows it, and this time you see something, a sphere shimmering above a strange angular body. A pulse shoots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam, testing you, tasting you. You open your eyes, time is short. Hunted, someone out there is tracking you, following your trail. It won't be long before they arrive, so... Yeah, so like, everything's on a clock, and is like...
Yeah.
Moving around you, so you have to be really careful with your actions.
Oh, the cloud.
The cloud. Something has changed inside of you. You can now access the data cloud of the eye, a network of decaying protocols and data caches. While you can use your die and items to access systems and extract data, be careful, these networks are old and strange. Click the I button at the top of the screen to toggle this view on and off. Okay, right. Key node. Wait, so how do I interact with these? A lone connection feeds into this isolated node. At last, access time stamp is 1,000 cycles away. So this is my class, right? I'm better at using these nodes.
Yeah.
Data actions allow you to extract data from the networks of the eye. They will work like dice actions, but in order to unlock them, you must match your die to the one displayed on the right of the action. If you have a +1 or +2 modifier in your interface skill, you will be given more possible dice to match. You can use any dice that matches the dice displays. Once unlocked, the data can be extracted. So, to access this, I need to match a 3 input, but because I have +1, I can put a 2 input, I believe, and that will work as well. But I have a 4 and a 1.
Will they let you do it for?
What's a bypass? This 4 is too powerful. Well, I have a +1, but that doesn't add up to 3 though, does it?
I don't know.
Unlocked. A lone connection feeds into this isolated node. Extract data. Let's try that then. +1 encrypted key. Neutral outcome.
Oh, we got a key. So you go to like the thing we saw yesterday. Then.
Well, it's an encrypted key, so I could use that to open the data locker or whatever, right? Hang on, let me untoggle this one. So I need to be cognizant of... Oh, you can also use the mouse wheel to scroll if you don't want to use the keyboard. I might just use that. Bright market, low end gate. So debt's coming. I think... Is the timer on my empty container how long it's going to take until I get tracked?
Yeah, that's how many days you've got. But I think the ones that not that didn't record any dice, I think you can it's basically free if you've got a key.
Steel dock. So let's take my encrypted key and unseal the dock.
So I assume the chance you get to if there's only one.
+1 unsealing the dock. So I need 2 to unlock it, and it's repeatable.
Yeah. Okay.
So I can.
Guess we should get more money for. What's his name?
Don't worry, Tony. I'll buy some drinks.
Oh yeah, I forgot about side quest.
So they do give 1.
Yeah.
Do I want to become a regular? Meaning I have to buy multiple drinks to fill my energy bar? Rather than buying the rations instead? Plus energy, plus outlet regular. The Overlook is exactly a restaurant. So what is that? What does it give me? The game doesn't tell you, but you figure it out by playing.
I'm wondering if stuff will happen tomorrow.
Maybe I can get cheaper prices? I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't think... I'm wondering we'll see stuff change. If nothing changed now, then I don't think it will change.
So I've got full energy now. The glass shatters on the steel bar beside you, and the taunts don't take long to follow. Hey, Haunt! The space calls over from the low room. Where are you doing here? He laughs at his own lame joke. Playing human? Oh, I don't know if I want any trouble at this bar. Do we go? Fuck you! Hey, Leatherhead! Fuck you!
Well, you're drunk, so I think you should roleplay.
I think I should leave. I think that's probably the safest action. You slip off your stool looking for an exit. A hand falls on your shoulder, but as you flinch away, it pats reassuringly. You freeze in place. Out the voice comes from behind, spat out like a shot. You turn to see bright eyes, dark hair, a stare that could breach the wall and vent you into a hard vacuum. The owner of the Overlook. As you turn back to the space, the second glass comes sailing through the air. Catch! Ow. You reach up in a hand and the glass shatters around your forearm, showering you in fragments. Through the hazes of glass and Girol vapor, you can see Tala leap the bar and close it into the spacer. The thud as he slams into the wall echo around the bar like thunder. Now flanked by other figures quick to their feet, Tala throws the spacer out through the door and stands silhouetted against the rotunda lights. You touch your arm and it feels wet. Someone helps you to your feet and back into the stool. Broken glass rattles as it's cleared, and a fresh measure of Grelol is glugged out in front of you. That same hand, warm, heavy, falls onto your shoulder once more. He isn't coming back. We won't tolerate that kind of shit here. Tala flops onto the stool beside you. Let's get a look at you. Tala wipes the powdered glass from around the wound, and someone places a bottle of alcohol and metal tin with tweezers on it at the bar. She disinfects them and then turns to you. I thought if I was like some sort of copy of a human with their memories, I assumed I would be some sort of like robot, but apparently I have like flesh. Do I?
I was because earlier it's like you need to sleep, but you need to eat, and you need to be concerned about temperature. But yeah, I guess you're like a humanoid machine, I guess.
There was an ambitious catch. She smiles, pulling a sliver of glass from your forearm. Stupid, but ambitious. You don't feel the pain, only the stings of status messages your body deliver concerning dermal damage and exposed structures. You do feel the care, though, as Tala's bright eyes search your thick synthetic skin for splinters. I'm gonna watch you.
I guess you're more of an android.
Tala works with the skill of someone who has had to pick glass splinters from the skin of a stranger before. She hones in on each bright shard all the time, tapping the tweezer tips in rhythms that only she can follow. Tala smiles to herself. So you've been on the eye long? Just arrived. I thought so. I've only seen you a couple of times. A splinter clinks into the tin. Not everybody is like that, idiot. We don't all hate you. She glances around. Some of the regulars, maybe they fear you. Maybe they're just curious, I don't know. But I do know that the Overlook is a safe place. I know what it's like to be new in this place, trust me. She meets your eye. I'm not trying to convince you of anything or separate you from your chits. I just want you to know that if you need somewhere, you can always come here. I know the rations we got aren't much and the company is limited, but if you need work, I'm happy to put you behind the bar. And if you need shelter, well, we can discuss that. You'll be safe, I usually have Francis on the door, but he's up in the greenway this cycle, haggling with our supplier. Francis tends to be particular about what we serve, even if the clientele isn't. She places her tweezers in the tin with a clink. That's you, sleeper here. She slides the glass of Grawl to you. This'll help. She stops her hand on the glass. Wait, does this help? I mean, can you get drunk? Let's find out. She laughs. Don't just sit here too long. I'd hate to see you become a regular. She walks back around the bar, gathering the glasses as she does, and before long, it's retelling how she threw that spacer out to a new group that just wandered in, complete with dramatic actions. She gestures in your direction and you instinctively look away, back to the worn surface of the bar. You take a sip of Griol. The earthly fungal tones fill your senses, almost blocking out sight and sound, like driving headfirst into a bog. You may not be able to get drunk,
great taste.
but this connection to something grown, something fermented, something old feels good. The power of the bog.
Right. Are you still going to earn money for a person that found you?
Yeah, I think so. I'm just wondering how much longer you want to play. We're about 45 minutes into the recording now.
I think we should complete this day at least.
Are we going to do some more hole dissection? That's what I'm feeling.
We're good at that. We're good at that.
And then I'm gonna roll the one.
Yeah, it's failure. I assume minus.
Nice. We've almost got what's his name back in business? Dragos.
Yeah.
Back in business.
So right, Dragos. I can't remember anyone's names, so.
I could potentially have a place to stay at the bar as well, depending on whether, I don't know, will something happen to the empty container? Because this gives me -2 energy, -1 condition. Maybe the bar is a nicer place to stay. If I can get a bed there. I can do a bar shift. Now, maybe if I feel the good service for the bar shift, maybe then Tyler will let me stay there. That might be a quest to try and complete.
Yeah.
But let's help Dragos out because I don't want him to get into debt. So let's go to sleep.
Big sleep. One day closer to being hungry.
You want me to read the schizo dream again and then we'll end, or?
Yeah, one more schizo dream.
Wait, what? I didn't have a schizo dream. No! Someone out there is tracking you, following your trail. As you close up, a voice echoes down the corridor towards you. Sleeper, wait up! Do I walk away or do I turn? I like to see what's through that door. I'd like to know. Feng is coming down the corridor towards you, a wonky grin on his broad face. Hey, glad I caught you. Do I know you? He grins. You do now. He puts a hand on your arm. I seen you hanging around, just want to chat. You staying in that thing? He nods back to the container, shaking his hand. Rough, it can be as hard to get a start on the edge. He looks down the passage. What was it old Erlin said? The eye opens for us all? Nice idea, but well, not always very practical. He glances back at you. We do our best, but it isn't easy. Erlin? You pass to go into the main walkway. No one has told you about Erlin. He's the founder of this place, and that's why it bears his name. Havenage should organize some seminars, he laughs. Not really my department, though. I'm with the systems. Systems? Everything in the eye runs on. He runs a hand along the passage wall. This place is a ruin, but systems keep it spinning somehow. At least we try. He stops you in a quiet passage. Look, that's not what I'm here to discuss. I saw you around and, well, I know a little bit about you sleepers. I have a little proposition for you. He glances around, but this is not the place for it. I have an office just across the way. Give me a cycle or two to prepare. When you are settled, stop by. He lowers his voice and gives you a dark look. In truth, I need you. If what they say is true about you sleepers, well, there's work to be done. He pats on your back, his voice bright and his dark look suddenly gone. Stay clean, sleeper. He walks off down the passage, raising a hand in farewell. I'm very intrigued by a lot of these side stories now to figure out what the hell is going on. I think this game has a slow start, but I like the general dice-based management stuff.
I think I think your note of like having voice actors for the characters would definitely improve this a lot.
I mean, if you didn't like
As a
having the voice
non-reader.
actors, you could turn them off potentially. So,
Yeah, that'd be a good option in the future. Yeah, if another game does with voice acting, that'd be good.
but yeah, Citizen
But yeah,
Sleeper.
this is very intriguing.
I think it's like
Yeah.
quite. The beginning of the game is very like slow and heavy tutorial, and then
Yes.
it's like, okay, this is where we open the reins, do whatever the hell you want, be that
Yeah,
to your
discover.
your
Yeah.
your downfall or your ascension, right? Like you have the
Yeah.
opportunity to fail or rise. Like I like the hands-off approach they have to the
Failure
story
is
in
an
the game.
option. Yeah.
And I believe it's like very open-ended, so like you can do very different stories based on your actions, which is kind of cool to
Yeah,
see.
I
And
think-
I could see,
Because of limited time, there's only so much you can do in one story. So.
and I could see like how even though it might be a short game, like it says it's about 6 hours long or something, it could be heavily replayability with different classes
Yeah,
and exploring different stories.
And who you help, who you ally with, who you decide to get into funny business with.
But yeah, that is Spotlight Citizen Sleeper, a very interesting game. Make sure to
Yeah.
check it out on Steam or Games Pass if you have access to that. It is very interesting, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.